A good morning. Welcome to the Sunday Rise. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Myself, I am the boss, BJ. To this side, we have the Midnight Rider, the gentleman Jack upstairs, and the show's host, the big guy KG. If you want to support the church this weekend, we're selling autographed pictures for $5.99.99. Steep discount. Steep. Very steep.
Very steep.
Morning, gentlemen. How y'all feeling?
Ho. This is a Sideline Junkies Podcast Network production, in production or in conjunction with Clear Production Sports. Carry on, fellas. Oh, shoot.
Well, fellas. First and foremost, good morning. How y'all doing today?
Fine.
Secondly, I meant to mention this last night on the Saturday Night WrestleManiacs. Today is August 25th. Day means a lot because this is the 6-year anniversary of the Saturday Night WrestleManiacs. 6 years ago today. Yes, sir.
Wow.
August 25th, 2018 was the very first show of the Saturday Night WrestleManiacs. To see what we started out as and what we came into is beautiful. I remember we used to do recorded shows on Saturday night, and it would come out on Sunday morning at 1-2 o'clock in the morning because that's about the time we got done.
Yep. I remember that.
Always a late night. That very first WrestleMania, the People's Choice Don Rodriguez took over as producer for the week and had me on every show for a week with no sleep. So
y'all were having a damn party too.
Yeah.
Y'all still are.
Yeah. And now you just get to see what we do behind the scenes. So
Can I interrupt you for a second?
Yes, sir.
I got two things I want to shout out. First, shout out to Miss V Williams because she's always in the thing. She doesn't really know sports, but that's like my second mom. She's great people. She don't drink outside because if she drink while she outside, she gonna fall asleep. So love her first and foremost. Secondly,
we appreciate you, Miss V Williams.
Shout out, Miss V.
Secondly, shout out to the big guy KG, and apologies to the boss because I didn't see your note to after the fact. But if you guys want to see the greatest intro in podcast land, come over to the Gridiron. Saturday mornings at 11, baby. The Gridiron is where we get it popping and we talk about the college football game that these gentlemen are playing on College Football 25.
Yes. And we also got to get a shout outs to the WrestleManiacs on WeTV.
Me TV. There you go.
Me, we, he, she. It's on TV.
Coming soon.
Yes, sir. I can't wait.
But I had to throw that out there. So if you haven't caught the latest episode that aired last night, please go and check that out.
Or if you haven't caught the episode that aired at 11 o'clock yesterday for the Gridiron, check it out.
This brother got to put himself over, don't he?
If I don't, who will?
Don't I always put you over? Come on now.
But no, like I said, yesterday you did a yeoman's work, man.
Hey, I did what I could do to help. That's all. Starting this thing off, college football is back. Week 0 started yesterday. We had 4 games. The biggest game, some call an upset, but let's go through those games real quick. Hawaii beat Delaware State 35-14.
So Delaware State covered. The number was 39.
Okay. college betting is a little bit different. Nevada drops a game to SMU 29-24.
That
Who's
hurt
that? Is that
Jack.
Montana State?
Montana State. That
That
sounds right.
Nevada game.
Montana State versus New Mexico. Montana State 35, New Mexico 31, and the upset of the day, Georgia Tech squeaks past FSU 24-21. FSU was ranked 10. They should drop significantly with that loss.
Fraudulent state.
Yeah, I think it depends on. See, it's the first game, right? It depends on Georgia with Georgia Tech. Now, it's a big loss right now for Florida State, but it's going to depend on what Georgia Tech does the rest of the way. Now, if Georgia Tech run out of gas and they start getting beat on by schools that now that Florida State loss. That Florida State win isn't going to hold as much weight. But if they go on a run, and now Georgia Tech is something to be reckoned with, that Florida State's loss, it don't seem so tough now. But we got to give it some time. It looks bad now, but I'm just because my man Duval Paul, I'm trying to give him some hope. But it's the truth.
If you putting your hopes in DJ Uga, Wayo, Bayo, some to say Mayo, you can't win with that. You just can't win with that kid. I'm sorry. Can't do it, won't do it.
Nope.
He's so inconsistent. I swear he is
Inaccurate.
the dude that played Notre Dame 3 years ago in place of Sean Watson hasn't been back since. You can put whatever that guy was. Sorry, Jack, but you know what I'm about to say. Put that joke on the back of a milk carton because we looking for him.
Looking for him.
Put posters up in the neighborhood because that kid was elite.
Thought that was Clemson's savior.
And what I've seen the last 2 years at Oregon State and at Florida State, that kid's trash. I'm about to put him in that bin with what's the kid? I think his name is Metzler, the old Graham Metzler or something like that. That used to play at Wisconsin and Florida. And then there's Matt Sims. There's a bucket I got of bad quarterbacks. Jeff Driscoll's in that bucket. I don't know how he's in the pros, but yeah, we got a bucket of bad quarterbacks.
But the portal is going to allow these bad quarterbacks to go elsewhere and play, no matter what.
Yeah, what was it last year? The Booty was loose. General Booty, the quarterback from Oklahoma, was able to transfer. I think he went to La Tech, and he's playing there. And he was like a top 5 quarterback in this class.
Oh, that boy Rattler did the same thing, man. He jumped 2-3 schools and still
he went Oklahoma to South Carolina. But his problem was when they put Caleb, they brought Caleb in, and he was struggling against, I want to say Texas, and Caleb brought him back. He had to transfer. He was never going to play quarterback again there.
That was over with.
I didn't think Rattler was all that from the little quarterback show he did when he was in high school. I think Rattler was the man.
I think he got bad press from that. But I'm gonna tell you this: I think Rattler,
he's a crybaby.
Nah, Rattler's not a crybaby.
Yes, he is.
Rattler's gonna be okay. I'm gonna say this.
Okay, back up.
Since we're gonna start it now, week 10, he'll be the starter for the Saints. By week 10, he will be the starter for the Saints.
Okay.
Who's the starter for the Saints now?
That's where
Derek Carr.
He in mid-season form.
I think Carr gonna be fine.
No. Derek Carr ain't been fine since he came back from that injury. When the Raiders were hot, he got injured. He came back. He has not been the same.
Again,
I don't see Rattler replacing him.
Rattler will be the starter by week 10. Write it down. You ain't got to put it in pencil. Put it in Sharpie.
It's in pen, bro. Here it go. Rattler.
Derek Carr. I mean, I don't think he has a lot of rope to begin with. You know what I'm saying? I don't think we're talking about like that. Wouldn't surprise me if that happens.
As you write it down.
It's written down. It's down, Brozell. I got capitals and all kind of colors around it. I ain't gonna forget it.
Yeah, highlight it. It's in the picture.
Don't make me get up.
I'm
Right,
telling you guys,
suck.
there's this. I said this before, and a person in this room, in this thing that we do here, gave me a strange look. I said that this class could rival the class of '83. And I'm getting the same look.
Anytime you talk about something in the past, you know you're gonna get that look.
I get the same look every time, but I think this class can rival '83 from the quality of starters. Both, hey, what I tell y'all on draft night, Bo
Nah.
Nix.
Who? You said that too?
I had it on draft night. If you look at our draft show,
Oh, I said it too. They let him go very low, and he underappreciated quarterback. Bo Nix gonna be the top 3 quarterbacks out of this class, maybe top 2.
this class is going to be special, man.
I gotta try to cut my hair down.
All right. I mean, you can cut your hair down. I mean, I don't know what you.
Well, I'm looking at it. It's just like a little wolfing now. You know, I couldn't get to the
you
barber
wolfing.
last week.
I got my Soul Glow package in right now.
Now you know what? If I had a little soul glow going up, you know what I'm saying. But you know,
just let your soul glow if you let it shine on through.
What's the quarterback that Midnight Rider? You post him in the group. He's on his 3rd school and he's still a backup.
Oh, Malachi Wilson, I think his name is. So he came out number 1 in this class. He went to like Oklahoma, and then when Lincoln Riley went to USC, he transferred to USC. Then he ended up transferring again to, I want to say like South Carolina or somewhere, and he's still the backup quarterback. But he was the number 1 quarterback in his class. Florida's got a kid. Oh my gosh, I think he's their backup. He was number 1 QB in his class last year. I'll try to find his name, but that kid, if he's with Florida's talent, and they just finally give up on whoever they got starting now, they'll make a jump somewhere like around week 5 when that kid becomes the main starter. I think his last name is like Galloway. I think he's one of those initials kids, like J.A. Galloway or something like that.
Well, here's my thing. I like week 0 because it's like they don't have no weak games in week 0. It's always something that's gonna get you pulled in, and you're gonna be able to really sit down with it. Speaking of week 0, if everything goes right next season in our college football league, I will be playing Maryland in week 0. That will be the game of the week for week 0.
yeah.
It's DJ. His name is DJ Lagway.
Lagway.
Yeah, DJ Lagway. But back to what you were talking about. Yeah, week 0, it's Maryland at Notre Dame because the Maryland coach said
Best record.
Oh, his best record. Okay.
His best record. So right now he got me best record. What am I? 7-4.
8-3?
Nah, I'm 7-4.
Okay.
7-4. I don't know. I've been bounced around so many bowl games. I don't know what it is now, but yeah, 7-4. So
at least you got a bowl game.
Yeah.
You'll be in a bowl game. The game just gotta figure itself out. This the first season of this 12-game playoff, and they gotta figure out how they laying the land out.
We might have to revisit the coach firing mechanism in the league. I'm debating whether to turn it off. And just
I think you should. I think you should let people play it out.
Yeah, just let them ride. I think that's what I consult with the commissioners, and I mean, I had to schedule a meeting with the Alabama commissioner.
Right. Yeah, that kid.
Yeah, he's so busy, you know. Might have to send it back.
Is he 21? Is he 21? Because you might have to get him like some Dom Perignon. You know what I'm saying?
Not yet.
Okay.
I mean, I might have to send a message on the street because don't talk to me, Huey. You don't talk to me directly.
Right.
It's
You gotta
one of them
see.
things. Like, good God.
You got to send a
Yeah.
messenger and hope the message doesn't get kicked down the hole like it's Sparta. You know what I'm saying?
Or it doesn't disappear magically.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
JoJo said DJ gotta go.
DJ stinks. I think they should have whatever that kid was that started the bowl game should have been their quarterback.
So over in Florida, you're saying this boy DJ Lagway, freshman, is going to start over Mertz, 6-year senior?
Graham Mertz is let's see, if he was wearing clothes, his clothing line should be Glad bags.
Mm. Woo.
Okay.
Now he's improved. I'll give him his credit. But personally, for me, I'd rather if I gotta put my legacy on the line, I'd rather start with the kid Lagway and figure my future out. I don't like 6-year quarterbacks. I don't like the fact that Riley Leonard's starting at Notre Dame. Like, I believe if you gotta go, get you a quarterback, get you a young guy, let the young guy grow, or get somebody better than Mertz or whatchamacallit.
But
I've never liked Graham Mertz.
you're saying the young guy can't grow under these starting quarterbacks or being a backup quarterback? They can't grow
It's wasting their time. It's wasting their time.
because they're going to hit the portal next year.
Like you're getting very marginal quarterback play and instead of letting the kid grow, and then all of a sudden year 2 you get better quarterback play from this kid. It's kind of like, and KG's gonna, when I say this, he's gonna make a reaction, but I put it to where the year that the Commanders, Washington football team or whatever, they got rid of AP and ran with Antonio Gibson. I know what AP is, but I know what I'm getting. But I'd rather give this kid the reps and let him grow and become what he can become.
Yeah, but I don't see doing that at quarterback, though. I don't have a problem doing that at running back.
I am a proud proponent of that.
You going to give your season up just to let a freshman get
I'm not
his feet
giving my
wet?
season up because I got enough talent all around the kid. I'm Florida.
All right, we're gonna write this down too. DJ Lagway is going to be a boss per BC.
Okay.
I don't see it.
There are moments where I could be wrong, but I like this kid.
Yeah. You know, we all can be wrong. I'm all for it, but like I say, I don't know much about Mertz.
I appreciate your support, Jack, because you're all for me being wrong.
I support you when I can. Right now, I can't. But yeah, I haven't watched a lot of Florida football to know Mertz, so I'm gonna keep an eye on that cat.
All right.
Did
Next
you
up.
watch Wisconsin football 3 years ago? Because if you did, you saw him and he sucked.
Look, you know, you guys are still young pups, young cats. Now, when you get old like me, you forget some stuff. Okay, so don't ask me, do I remember?
Oh, my bad, Jack. Dog,
I'm just say what I remember. Don't ask me.
No, I'm in that territory because I gotta take my glasses off to read my phone and then put them back on to watch the TV. So
Same thing. It's nuts. And then I make my font on my phone bigger, but then I don't see everything that's in the message because my font's so big.
Right.
So yeah.
Sorry, guys. Old man wormhole.
Shohei Ohtani hit the 40-40 club. Everybody's going crazy over because of how fast he hit it. And we're only in August. Everybody's saying it's only August. It's only August.
Pause.
Very fast, man. I mean, 126 games. Previously, record for that was 147 games. So 20 games, man. That's a big difference.
All right. Jack Hart.
And he did it on a walk-off grand slam.
Question, Jack Hart.
What's that?
Which season would you rather have? Aaron Judge's season or the Shohei Ohtani season?
Ooh. That's hard, man. But I say Shohei.
Okay.
That's hard. I guess I lean that way just for my little bit of dislike for the Yankees. So that's why I lean Shohei. But what they're both doing is amazing. And I think they both have the AL and NL MVP locked up, respectively.
Hey, B, you got that picture?
That picture doesn't exist anymore.
What picture?
Oh, you know the picture. The Yankees picture.
Once I get back on a laptop, I'll make sure it's stapled into our.
Okay. I was trying to make it my backdrop today, but I couldn't figure that out. So.
Oh, yeah. Is that right? Now, yeah, what Judge is doing is amazing. And then it's, stuff that Judge is doing is overshadowing Bobby Witt's great season. I mean, it's not as great as Judge and Ohtani, but Bobby Witt's having an MVP type season.
I'm glad you said that, Jack Carr. Let's go. Jack Carr, what we got? So, home runs today. Random gambling segment. Let's go Aaron Judge, Bobby Witt. Who else would you go with?
In what, AL?
Just baseball, period.
Oh, baseball, period.
We're just going to do a home run today. Who else you think would get a home run today?
Oh, home run today. Maybe Hernandez from the Dodgers.
Okay, I like that.
Gunner's due for one.
There we go. That's it. 4-man parlay.
Gunner, man. I bet the last couple of nights he get one. He didn't get one.
All right, y'all can go ahead. I'm sorry. I had to get to my game. The show can proceed now.
So this 40-40 club, tell us how prestigious it is, Midnight Rider.
It's a club that's it's like if you go out on a Friday night and you like kind of cute, but you're not really cute or you're not beautiful, then you can't get into certain clubs. It's only for the elite of the elite. Like this is where Halle Berry's and the Jennifer Lopez's go. Just say I call Jennifer Lopez Thanos because she got more rings than.
I don't care.
But I think it's a great number to get to.
Yes.
Go ahead, Jack. I'm sorry.
No, it definitely is. Only 6 people have done it.
Yeah.
And there's no members of the 45-45 club or the 50-50 club, in which I think Ohtani's going to finish at 50-50 club first member. So what he's doing is amazing.
Random question, Jack. If you got the list in front of you, is Eric Davis on that 40-40 club?
Nah.
Okay.
I thought so too. Eric Davis did a 30-30.
He's in 30-30.
Eric did a 30-30. You got before Shohei, there was Alfonso Soriano in the Nationals that had it the quickest at 147 games into the season. That's, like I said, that's 21 game difference. That's a pretty big difference. Then you had Jose Canseco, Acuna, A-Rod, and Barry Bonds are the 6 to have done it.
Oh, Acuna Matata's in there. All right, cool.
Acuna did it last year, I believe. Last year or the year before.
But all right, so Jack, let me ask you this question.
And I like Acuna.
On baseball. Do you think the size of the base and the pitch clock have drastically affected players in their stolen base attempts? Like, has it made it easier for them to steal bases?
I don't know the full stat line. I would say attempts should be up. I think they're feeling more ballsy with the extra 6 or so inches per bag. Is that what it is, B? 6 inches difference or
something like that?
Yeah, 3 to 6 per bag. I think it's making people a little bit more aggressive. The attempts are probably up, but nah, I don't think so. It definitely don't have nothing to do with the home runs. These home runs got something to do with a fresh ball being out there every goddamn pitch. Every pitch, there's a new ball out there damn near, man. These balls don't have time to get mushy. I know I've griped about this on previous shows, but I think that's got the home run numbers up, hitting a damn new ball every time.
But you got to think about it. There's a guy for the Nats, Luis Garcia, I think he's hitting like 290, and he's like the 9th best hitter in the league. So pitching is dominating the field right now. And that's the thing we got to worry about, because there's got to be a rule to bring offense back in to baseball.
Matty Ice said Jose Ramirez is an outside chance at 40-40 at 33-30 now.
Nice.
I used to love me some Jose Ramirez in my Cleveland fandom.
Mm-hmm.
Well, next up, this is good news. The Commanders are removing the Sean Taylor installation out of the stadium because they have commissioned a proper statue for Sean Taylor. I don't know if you gentlemen are as happy about this as I am, because if you remember, not even a year ago, all the hoopla and the fandom, oh, we're going to put a Sean Taylor statue up. We're going to unveil it before the game, and we're going to retire Sean's number, and da-da-da-da-da. And the thing is, it was all a smokescreen because Daniel Snyder was running a cesspool, and it was a way to get the eyes off him. If you notice, whenever something big came out, he decided to retire somebody's number.
Something.
First it was Sean Taylor, then it was first it was Bobby Mitchell. Then it was Sean Taylor, then it was Sonny Jurgensen. You weren't retiring these numbers because they deserve to be retired, because if that was the case, I know, just like Pittsburgh, the Steelers don't have a tradition of retiring numbers. They just take numbers out of circulation. But yeah, you could have did something else, but this was just a cheap attempt to get people off you. And then you unveil this installation and everybody is like, what? Now, a lot of people had problems with how the installation looked. Oh, he got soccer cleats on. Sean Taylor wore soccer cleats, so that was right. It was a Nike jersey and not a Reebok jersey. Okay. Oh, they didn't have a tape on the helmet. Okay. You can't get past the fact that they had wires. It looked like an in-store mannequin, not an installation. It looked like an in-store mannequin. The hell with everything else. They had wires holding this stuff up. It's a problem. So I go around the room, start with Jack, go to the Midnight Rider, go to the boss BJ. How y'all feel about this thing being removed?
Yeah, get it out of here. It's some junk that Daniel Snyder had his grandkids make out of some kind of, little Etch-a-Sketch wire kit. I thought it was crap. Didn't look nothing like Sean. They had a Nike jersey on it. Sean never wore a Nike jersey. They ain't had the tape on the face mask like Sean always was known for doing. I thought it was crap. They did it just to cover their ass because they had screwed up on a previous attempt. And then they just threw this here dedication up at last minute. I don't feel the fans were notified enough time to get these tickets to this special event. I think it needs to be done all over again, and let's represent Sean the way he deserves.
I think this is I said it when the installation went in. The one person I didn't want to blame was Jason Wright, because when I watched this or when I saw this, I was truly under the impression that this is what bad managers do in trouble situations. You try to placate a crowd instead of doing what's right and doing it the right way. So you will rush and throw something in place. So that's why I didn't blame Jason Wright, because if you know Jason Wright's history as a leader in certain companies, when you get to a place where there's confusion, where there's poor management, you get rushed into decisions and into things, and like you don't have the opportunity to grow your thoughts and your processes. So the processes that should have taken place for this didn't happen. What really happened was Tuesday morning, Daniel Snyder heard that Washington Post is going to drop this article. Tuesday evening, he was like, we're going to do a Sean Taylor installation, blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. And you didn't have time to do things the correct way. So the one thing, I'm probably one of the few people that will hold him in this regard, but I feel bad for Jason Wright because he worked for bad employers and people wanting to put bad processes in place just to cover their asses.
I'm gonna piggyback off the Midnight Rider real quick, and I'm gonna go to opposite side of the fence. I don't feel bad for anybody that worked under Daniel Snyder in that front office. Um, it's levels to everything. We have our jobs we go to every day, and then you have NFL type jobs, which for us will be a dream job, right? But at a certain point, you have to have some respect for yourself, some dignity, and you have to know when to this ain't right and walk away from it. And there's a couple people in that office under that Dan Snyder regime that just put their tap dancing shoes on and their clown makeup and went with it. So I can't take the blame away from those guys. When that statue, when the time frame for the statue and it put together and it was seen before it hit the public, that's when some people should have resigned. Like, no, this isn't right. This is what when you find out who has morals, who has common sense. You know what I'm saying? Are you just gonna go with the flow? And I've told you guys before, I thought Jason Wright was a go with the flow type guy, happy to have a job. He should have been stepped down from that nonsense, that pony show, that circus. So I can't take the blame off of him. There's a couple other names I won't say, but whoever was involved in that clown show that entire time, those last 3 or 4 years, especially when all the allegations got posted up. Y'all take as much hit as Dan Snyder is for what happened there because y'all were a part of it. And yeah, you don't have control of allowing it to happen, but you got control to walk away from that nonsense, that fuckery. That's what that was. And I'm not gonna go to my job and let them make an absolute ass clown of myself and be like, okay, like it's not worth it. Jason Wright, he got jobs before that. He can get a job after that. They got other guys in there. They got jobs before that. They can get jobs after that. And leaving a job like that, people would understand why you're leaving because the league knows that this particular team under this owner is a shit show. So I can't give anybody a pass that's in that office or was in that office with that. Glad it's down. It was a complete embarrassment. Um, and it just shows you how deep rooted, and I'm gonna put the Wizards into this, how deep rooted things are for this fan base, where you gotta is you can't do enough in one season to rebuild both franchises the last 30 years of just like stuck in the mud and the quicksand. This is going it's a rebuilding process for both. Unfortunately, the Wizards don't have a whole new regime. They need one. That's a whole nother topic for a whole nother show. But at least with the Commanders, you can start repairing the foundation. And I think that's what they're doing. And I think the next unveil might have some people in tears. I think it's going to be done right the next time.
The only thing I disagree with is we've all worked for bad managers. And it doesn't excite you to quit right away. Sometimes you just got to deal with what you're dealing with. You know what you got. And I'm going to say this because I think Jason Wright wasn't there to be under Dan Snyder's realm. I think Jason Wright was the NFL's plans to try to get things right. So they tried to plant what was that guy's name? They brought a guy in like 4 years ago that was he was an NFL employee, and I can't think of his name right now. They brought him in. He did like a bunch of hits with all the local radio stations, and then he didn't even make it out of the season. Like by the last week of the season, he got fired. I don't think Daniel Snyder in the last 5 years has hired anybody in his front office or any staff member on his own. I think it's always been NFL generated, and they tried to give them somebody to put the best face on the program. And do I think Jason Wright didn't come out of this with the best face? No. but nobody comes out of. They call this the reverse car wash. They call this the reverse car wash for a reason. Because you come in clean and you leave out sullied. And I think that's exactly what happened with Jason Wright. He's just a victim of this program being dysfunctional and disorganized. And I think he wanted to do certain things and they didn't give them the money. And if you're looking at what they're doing now as a program, these owners came in and started investing or reinvesting in the program. Sorry for the diversion.
No diversion. This is the truth. And here's the thing. The cesspool that was
I'm saying that was it was a very present tense thing.
Well, it's not here anymore. The cesspool is being drained right now, so it can't be a present tense thing now.
Sorry, I got you. I'm sorry.
The cesspool that was the Commanders was, and it's something that Mark Henry said about being under Vince. So many people were complicit in what was going on behind the scenes,
right?
And they want to, they want to act like they clean and white as snow. No, your hands are dirty too. But just because you was getting all the perks, you're not going to complain about it. So, Road checking in, fellas. JoJo says I gotta agree with B. Trash B ain't in that mess. We know what that means.
Oh, know that means.
She said, and when talking about the Wizards, said nope, don't put us in there. In this, see, here you go. She says, I don't know many teams it takes 2 years to rebuild, and the Wizards got one a new regime. BJ, Ben, and I will be telling you, I told you so soon on our Wiz. Fuck out of here.
No, I think the Wiz front office is right. I think they got a plan, and I'm watching the plan, and I think we had a conversation, or there was a conversation about Koulibaly that was about to come out, and we'll address that at some point. I think the Wizards are in a good spot. I think the Wizards got everything. I truly believe they got their plan in place.
And I'm gonna say this, and it's crazy because from Capital One Arena to FedEx, well, it's not FedEx Field anymore. What's that? 10 miles. Commander Field, 12 miles. You can have the front office in the right place if the owner only gives you a certain amount of work, a certain amount of leeway. It don't matter. And we've seen time and time again that Ted Leonsis is not interested in basketball. He wants to sit ringside at hockey, and he's poured everything into that. And then after a while of this team just being a complete disaster, a dumpster fire, he opened his pockets a little bit and be like, yeah, just think of how long that neglect has been going on and where this team could have been. And I don't want to play the woulda, shoulda, coulda, but the front office is great, but it's all going to depend on where Steady Teddy allows this team to do and go and grow, and how much money and time and effort that he's willing to put into this team. And we'll see in the next year or so where that's going to go.
We gotta put that one down. Steady Teddy. That's gotta be a staple of the at the Sideline Junkies thing.
We got a couple of those.
Yes,
JoJo said front office, not F out of here. Nah, the owner is all in, BJ. I just really feel like the Wizards it's a breath of fresh air in DC, because the Wizards and the Commanders are trying to get on the Capitals level, because the Capitals have been ran right for quite some time.
I'm a agree to disagree with you on that. I think the Capitals have they have the ability to they have great talent, and their talent has superseded the flaws of everything else.
Who has great talent?
The Capitals.
Over the last 10 years.
Okay.
Great talent, and that's superseded their inefficiencies as an organization on other levels.
I think if they were ran correctly with the talent they've had over the past, let's say 7 years, that should be at least 3 or 4 Stanley Cups. At
But
least 3. And where's Matty Ice at?
They should have multiple.
If that organization was ran with a little bit more competence, you would be sitting on 3 or 4 parades. Not one barely. You would have been beating the dog shit out of Pittsburgh. They had too much talent on that team over the last 7 years to only come away with 1 Stanley Cup. Way too much talent.
Okay.
Well, we go back into the archives or the annals of history when we talk about
Go
offense.
back into what?
Let's go back into the annals.
Man, are we going deep in there?
Deep.
I hate y'all, man. But no, it's like when you talk about it, the key or the chemistry thing is defense wins championships. Offense packs seats. And that's the problem with the Capitals. The Capitals were offense and putting people in seats. They didn't have enough defense to get them through. And apologize.
And that's the point I wanted to make, because if you look at it from Bruce Boudreau set them up on their feet. But then when he got fired, you had Adam Oates, good old Oatesy. Who was after Oatesy? It was another former player. Help me out. Who was after Adam Oates?
I gotta look that up. I'm sorry.
I can't
Throw something at you. Wilson? I don't know.
It was another former player. You got all these offensive coaches. They couldn't play defense. That was the problem. They could score 7-8 goals if they wanted to, but couldn't.
That's also how they were built. They were built to be offensive, not built to be defensive.
I get that. But under Boudreau, they was killing everybody. But when it came to the second season, it didn't happen. So I don't blame management for that, because if that's the case, our former GM went out to Las Vegas, and their first season as an expansion team, they went to the Stanley Cup Finals.
But the NHL expansion draft is the best if you're building a new team. Because if you think about it, the Kraken also made the playoffs their first year.
Yes, but you can we can take and put a bunch of people together. You can take and do a podcast with so many different people, but if you don't gel, it's not going to be successful. So you can say it's the greatest, and you can have all the talent in the world, but if the talent does not gel, you're not going to be successful. I.e., the 2004 Lakers, i.e., the Fortune 500 Redskins.
I disagree with you. I disagree with you, because it depends on what you measure as success. And for Thierry Leonsis, it was busting the seats. The stadium was packed for the Capitals. He made his money off the Capitals. There were nobody. How many years is the Wizards, or when the Wizards play, that arena's been empty? So they're packing, they're selling the merchandise. He's riding number 8 until the wheels fall. The wheels are falling off a little bit because he's been holding so much weight, not because of Ovechkin himself, but because Leonsis has rode that pony. That pony ain't got no water. That pony ain't been reshoed, nothing.
But that pony's genuine.
It is. It's a thoroughbred, and that sometimes the sun shines on a dog's ass. Sometimes you look up and you get a thoroughbred. You don't know what the hell you're doing, but it lasts. Sometimes you look up and you get a Honda Accord and you don't do any maintenance and it lasts you forever. Sometimes you look up and you get a Chevy Cruze and next month you need a car.
Mm-hmm.
It just is what it is. Ted Leonsis lucked up. He got himself a 92 Honda Accord and he putting sugar in the fucking engine and it's still running.
Yeah, you start it up, you get that plume of smoke, but once you let it warm up, man, it's gonna take you all the way to down 395
at speed.
At speed,
comfortable, air conditioning still work, and you ain't get an oil change in 10 years.
All you do is keep adding oil,
add oil,
and
the Lucas.
Yeah, so you can lube the parts. That's it.
You done put the wrong antifreeze in it. It's still running.
JoJo said he said it. I just wait and see. You're just in a bad funk. I get it. We've been losing a lot. We'll say I told you so. Matty Ice said, not sure about that too. I could see.
Mm-hmm.
Until Hopeby didn't have Hope Beast, man. Didn't have the goalie that got hot in the playoffs.
Absolutely
And
correct.
Hope,
You know, but you know, the funny thing is the Capitals have probably more goalies across the NHL than any other team. And they're
Yeah.
actually the starters for other people. Like Vermalov, all the guys that we kicked out, they're all over the league playing goalie somewhere. And they're home. I'm sorry.
I just want to tie this in. This cannot be a coincidence because on the owner of the same basketball team has players going to other teams winning championships. It can't be like what other team in the history has goalies going somewhere starting being productive, and then the basketball players going win championships on other teams.
Well, let's back that up a little bit because the basketball players that are going places and playing for other teams aren't the 1-2 guys. They're 3, 4, 5. They're the Bell Biv DeVoes of teams.
No, they are, but they are still building blocks. Those are building blocks
But
you
when
need.
you're a struggling team, they needed the guys that are Bell Biv DeVoes for everybody else. They needed them to be Ralph and Bobby for them. And that's where the talent gap is.
And this is going to tie into what I was saying earlier. This is why I don't have any love for Jason Wright or anybody else in that office. You know why they can't get the number 1 and number 2? Because the number 1 and the number 2s around the league know that organization isn't serious. That's where you go get paid when you're in your last 2 or 3 years of your career. That's where you go get your money at. That and the same thing go for the Commanders. The Commanders before this regime has been a laughing stock, and you know up top of the front office has been toxic. So if you go there, if you choose to go there, that's on you, buddy. That's why John Wall couldn't get another number 1 or number 2 guy because they know this organization is garbage. Right? It was. That's why. And they tie into each other beautifully. You can't, if you're not an organization that's taken seriously, we've seen it all across the board. It's NHL organizations the same way everywhere. You go get your money. Bruce Smith, Deion Sanders, who else? You come get your money, baby.
Jeff
This
Joe.
ain't we ain't win. Andre Reed, we not winning nothing here. They calling each other, come get this money.
True. But if it isn't love, why do we feel this way? Why does she stay on my mind? I love that, KG.
JoJo said not enough defense. Matty Ice says Caps have built a team to contend, but may not be the best. I agree with that.
Right.
Should have Trotzy. We should have never let Barry Trotz go. That was a big mistake.
I think that's one of those moments where it's like when we have conversations, you gotta put a pin in it. I think that's a decision that they wanted something else to happen, and they thought they had better, and you didn't want him to go. So
how do you have better? Better? He won the championship for you.
Hear me out. This is the Jay Gruden, Sean McVay argument. I think the Caps did the opposite. The Skins or the Commanders had Sean McVay, and I think he wasn't on their list or anybody's list to be a coach right away. But I tell everybody every time I heard Grant Paulson describe him, and I knew when he went to St. Louis or San Francisco, he was going to be a head coach. Because we didn't really listen or we didn't get like the thoughts of the people that were around this guy, right? He was kind of like a hidden gem. He gets the Rams job, and the Rams owner is literally like, I'm taking a great chance on this guy. You know, and it worked for him. The reason they let Trotz go, so they thought they had this great guy that was behind him, and we want to have these conversations where oh, this coach went somewhere else, and we should have kept him in the building. Like sometimes you gotta take chances. There's a saying I always say. Sometimes you gotta die on the cross of your beliefs, and this time the cross they died on, they was wrong. But we all gotta take that chance at some point in time.
Yeah, it's just crazy. The guy that won you your Stanley Cup, that you're willing to let him go for somebody behind him, versus, and we all know usually the championship teams usually got to reload. They usually lose something on the roster, right? So you might be in contention next year, and then you get teams like the Warriors where the main pieces are locked up, and you could continue your run. So I don't know, man. It's just I don't want to play shoulda, woulda, coulda, but if they had kept the continuity, you know what I'm saying? Kept everything, just kind of kept that core together. Who knows, man? Like steady Teddy, baby.
But it's, I mean, we lived that in sports. We lived this argument where, you know, you have the guy or you have the person that you think might be the next person, and you let them go, and then everybody says when they're gone, let's just use any meme in the Washington Commanders logo where they talk about Matt LaFleur, you talk about Sean McVay, you talk about all the guys that are on that tree, and you're like, oh, we had those people in the building, Mike McDaniels, all those guys.
Yeah.
And now we're sitting here like, you know, just holding on to regret because we let them all walk out the door.
It's a comment from Matty Ice. I answered that question. I want to go to it. You said
Okay.
why can't you see it?
Let me run through them all.
Okay.
All right. JoJo said LOL. Matty Ice said Caps had a strong all season, should be a bit better. Caps had good goalies, never had a great one. That's true.
Facts.
Was Oli not considered a great goalie?
You're asking the wrong person. You're asking KG, and KG's gonna tell you how great Oli.
I'm gonna ask Matty.
Yeah.
What did he think about? How was his last name? Kozov?
Yeah. Oli Kozov.
I thought he was better than good. But we'll see what Matt says, our NHL guru.
Bill was the twos what JoJo said, and you mean free agent B? Sam checking in morning. What happened last night? Wrestling show wasn't as wild. We got to get that magic back. We were a little toned down last night. Matty Ice said Caps can bring in free agents. Wizards can't. Question is, why don't B-ball players want to come to DC?
Because the B-ball players know the owner isn't serious about basketball. The hockey players know that the Capitals, he's pouring everything into the Capitals. First class, everything. The basketball is a sideshow. They lucked up on John Wall. They lucked up on Bradley Beal. Okay? If you were built around John Wall, the way you were supposed to, you would have had a better team. You would have had a better career instead of wasting his career. This is what happens when you don't take it seriously. Because when you don't take it seriously as the owner, if I give you my Lamborghini and I ain't taking it serious, I ain't changing oil, you ain't gonna take it serious when you drive it. So if I give you the keys and I'm telling you this, that, and the other, and I got, don't go over this RPM. You're not going to get the keys to it if I know you don't take the car as seriously as I do. But you're going to get the keys if I don't care about the car and I know you dog cars or this car might not make it back. You're going to get the keys. And that's what Ted Leonsis gave the keys to people that wrecked the car, leaving the lot, doing the Ford Mustang, showing off, leaving the car meet, hitting the curb, breaking the axle. That's the Wizards.
Don't nobody want to play for a 15 to 20 win team, man. And it's been that way for a while.
Well, a couple more comments. JoJo said, I thought it was a bad move firing Trotz. No clue why they let him go. I think everybody thought that was a bad move. We could dive into this some more when a hockey preview. Of course, Matty Ice. Of course. How do they decide these things? What Sam said. That's got to be some deep level detail stat prediction, something we don't know, to let the best go. Sometimes it's a money situation.
Sometimes
money.
you gotta think about the future. Like you gotta, I keep telling people, you gotta take risks. Sometimes it ain't always cashmere and comfortable, man. Sometimes you gotta step outside the product and live outside the barriers. They talk about you gotta make decisions outside the box. And if you make a decision outside the box, you gotta live with the results.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I know this for a fact because my dumbass traded away Adrian Peterson after his 2,000-yard season in fantasy football, and I got Travis Henry. And the reason I took Travis Henry because I thought when he went to Denver, it was the greatest situation he could be in.
Oh, that hurt. That hurt me.
Oh, it hurt. But I gotta live. I gotta die on the cross of my beliefs.
Ooh.
Yeah, it sounds god awful now in retrospect.
I'm about to throw up.
Yeah. but
JoJo said the FO was trash.
Like,
that's why.
No, you gotta be bold in certain situations.
Oh.
If you feel a certain way, you gotta go with it. I probably would have been fired from my team that year, but it's just me.
Matty Ice said Ole the goalie was a great competitor, top 15 in the league in his time. He won though, loved him, one of my favorites. JoJo say the owner didn't. Two agreed, but the NBA players say FO from multiple players. And Ted will pay. Sam says, true, I drive that shit till it breaks down the side of the road. No maintenance, no care.
Yes, sir.
Not now. Yes, we are 15 to 18 now. Sam said, good example of what was of that was the Chicago Blackhawks and the Cubs.
Yeah.
So, damn, we was talking about the Commanders, and we just, man, I
don't know how we got here.
Fellas, it's that time for me. I got to roll. I got to go to my job, unfortunately. So, y'all have a good show. Fantasy draft date. I need that, and send it to me in the chat.
Gotcha.
All right, fellas.
All right.
Quick topic. The fantasy draft of the Sideline Junkies. This is year number 5. We've had a different champion every year, no repeat champions. But the fantasy draft will be on Monday, September 2nd at 8 p.m. And it's a live draft.
I gotta set alarms for that because I know my day drinking will be a problem.
What'd you say? September 2nd, 8 p.m.
Yep, and it's a live draft.
Got you.
I think my team name is Jaden Lover in this league.
Last year was the Can't Get Rights.
Your team name was second place.
No. I think my name was different, and then after the season started and I had injuries, I think I became the Can't Get Rights.
Yeah, you got Jaden Lover this year. Okay.
Yeah. Like my team name at the start of the season reflects like what I'm like some joke or some inside thing. But if things go off the hinges, Can't Get Right becomes the staple name.
We got 2 divisions this year. We got the Chuck Brown division and the Marion Barry division.
Keep me out of Marion Barry division. Sorry.
Oh, don't be like that.
I think I got the Chuck Brown division.
Jordan said we're here because I'm not allowing BJ to say anything about our Wizards because he's frustrated. And with 20 teams, we should be done by Thursday. It's only going to be 16. It's only going to be 16, Matty Ice. It's only 16.
Even with 16, this is
16.
But it's a couple of people that's kind of quiet in the league and haven't said anything. So I got to find 2 people that I got to drop. So
bring it down to 14.
Yeah.
Oh, getting closer.
Because it's gonna wind up being 14. I think it's 2 people that got to go. So, but anyway, NFL preseason. I wanted to bring this up. Nothing deep, but I noticed that this particular preseason, a certain fan base has been very, very quiet, and rightfully so. Normally, preseason comes and you start hearing "We them boys" and all that, but Trey Lance started the game yesterday, 33 of 49, 323 yards, played the whole game, 1 touchdown, 5 interceptions in a preseason game. But you got people saying that, you know, I'm confident that we're going to the ship this year. This is our year. How can you say that? Even as a Commander fan, I'm not saying we going anywhere this year. I'm like, let's wait and see what happens. This right here is probably the most abysmal performance I've seen from a quarterback in a preseason game.
Okay. I mean, I don't know what you want us to say after that.
I mean, it's not. I don't. It's just. I just wanted to point that out. Just say, hey, if you were high on Trey Lance, I think you were high on something else.
No, I think Trey Lance took advantage of the opportunity that was in front of him. He was given this platform, and he benefited from Carson Wentz having success. So I think he was like kind of like the next best thing, and people were like, "Oh, maybe we can figure something out from this kid." And then I think COVID helped him out immensely because he didn't get to play, so he became this whole thing. Yeah, I know you love that. He became this whole mystery thing that everybody wanted to jump on. So yeah, I totally get it. But he didn't show enough, so he got the benefit of that grace because everybody was trying to jump on that train because they wanted to be first in line. And this is what I'm talking about. Like, this goes back to the Barry Trotz argument we were having. Like, sometimes teams want to get out in front and be the person that finds the savior. But sometimes that person that you think is the savior is just the devil in the details.
The devil in the details. Nothing to add there, Jack?
Nah, y'all covered that pretty good.
All right.
I mean,
favorite part of the show. What you eating today?
So if you follow me or you're on my Facebook page, I had tacos the other night from La Placitas.
peppers and onions. Peppers and onions.
Yeah, I almost cut you out, Jack. I'm sorry. So I have leftovers because they stacked the tacos. What I realized was the tacos had all the chicken, all the steak, and all the shrimp. And then I had to add in the ingredients. So what I did was I ate one of the tacos, added the sauce and whatever, and then ate some of the rice, and I left myself some leftovers. So today I'm gonna have the leftovers. I already threw the taco shells away, so it's gonna be kind of like a fajita type of thing, where I do the rest of the chicken, steak. The rest of the steak and the shrimp, rice, and then the pico de gallo and all that stuff. So I think that's what I'm having for the most part today.
Jack?
Jack having chicken parmesan.
Nah, I did have it twice
Yesterday.
this week. I had it twice this week, and I was gonna have it. What's today? Son. I was gonna have it Friday, but I thought I was gonna hit traffic, so I grabbed some fast food for the ride home. And I don't get burgers often. I treat myself every once in a while, and I went hard Friday and got me that bacon thing over there at Burger King. My fault. The bacon joint they got at Burger King. That thing must weigh 5 pounds. And them onion rings at Burger King are money. I never knew they had onion ring dipping sauce. That's just money too. Now, no chicken palms. Tonight, and like you guys, I think I mentioned, I'm home alone, you know. But I'm going to be doing the whole Hungry Man Joker tonight. Fried chicken, Hungry Man TV dinner. That's the way my mom.
No.
Mom used to leave me and dad like that back in the day, and it's still.
No, you cannot do just DoorDash you something.
No, I'm good. I get down with that fried chicken on the Hungry Man.
Oh God, that sounds so god awful.
Like I say, my mother and my sisters would go away for girls' weekends or something, and leave me and my dad at home, and she'd throw 3 or 4 Hungry Mans in the freezer. You know, my dad liked that Salisbury steak. And I used to get into that, but I'm gonna open off with some mozzarella sticks though. So, I'm home alone, bro, and I don't feel like cooking. I don't feel like dashing. I don't feel like running.
That's funny you say that because I think I told this story when you were here, Jack. When I was single, it was just me and Xavier in the house. And we had, if you open my freezer at the time, I lived in a 1-bedroom apartment. And if you open my freezer, it was on one side, it was a Banquet frozen dinners, sweet and sour chicken, and then it was the barbecue rib one on the other side, and then down the middle it might be something random because they were like $4 for $5 at the time. So I would rack up on them, and my wife, before she was my wife, found out that we were eating like that, and got mad, and started cooking. And be like, hey, what y'all eating tonight? Oh, we get ready to heat up some of these one of these dinners, and we get ready to sit in front of the TV and chill. Because you open the refrigerator, we always had cereal, we always had milk. We were good. We had a butter bowl. Hey, we was good. If I wanted to thaw out a steak, we had a little something, but she couldn't stand it. We were eating like that. So from that day forward,
because you eat like savages.
You sound just like her.
Yeah.
From that day forward, she stopped us from eating frozen dinners like that, and we had to. I would come after work and pick up what she cooked. She would cook lasagna. She would cook chili.
Oh yeah.
Spaghetti, chicken inside.
You know what? Let's stop this right now, and let's create a moment of silence and a moment of appreciation for the lady we call the Sparkle Prophet, because she has saved you from your waywardness. She helped you. She was like your Daniel against Goliath. No, it wasn't Daniel. It was, who was that?
Daniel was in the lion den. David was against Goliath.
She was your Daniel getting you out the lion's den. You know what I'm saying? You was in your Job moment and you didn't know. And she helped save you from being Job. And you ain't look back and become a salt pillar.
No. And I also picked up some of them Banquet pot pie 99-cent jokers too.
Oh, Jesus Christ, you guys are killing me.
That's what I'm talking about.
No. What? You guys are savages.
Put 2 or 3 of those jokers in a bowl, you good.
Man.
Oh gosh.
Little salt, pepper, hot sauce, I'm on.
Sam said you got to try BK fries with the BK buffalo sauce. Money. Okay, hold on. Wait. I'm gonna have to get on that. I'm
gonna say something that's gonna be controversial. I think most of the BK burgers are trash.
What?
The only BK burger I used to get was the BK. I think it was the Big King because it had like the Big Mac sauce on it.
Mm-hmm.
That was my sandwich. And the second they took that off the menu, I no longer went to Burger King.
Only thing I eat from Burger King is a double Whopper with cheese.
Yes, sir.
I think the Whopper is just a waste of time.
The double cheeseburgers, these.
Yeah. Now, see, back in my day, when I was younger and I had the appetite and I was on creatine and all these daggone supplements and being hungry and other things, I used to go punish 2 Whoppers. 2 double Whoppers, easy. 2 double Whoppers, then go to KFC and get 20 wings and eat that. I think about that now. My mouth's watering because that's just making me sick. So Sam said he making barbecue ribs and homemade garlic bread today. That sounds good.
Did I?
Matty Ice said Joe's Deli for the best corned beef sandwich ever. Oh my goodness.
Oh, what's that?
Sam says Texas Double Whopper is the best. Them and the Italian original chicken sandwich with marinara and mozzarella. Ooh, I remember that chicken sandwich. It was a long chicken sandwich. Yeah.
Yeah, the one they got at Burger King that I'm talking about is called the Bacon King.
Yeah. Josh got that.
It's got so much bacon on it, it's nuts. And their fish
like
sandwiches,
and he like the Taco Bell. What was that? The nacho pizza or the pizza?
The Mexican pizza?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Mexican pizza.
My wife loves the Mexican pizza.
But the thing is, you can order anything on the Taco Bell menu. You getting the same shit.
Right.
It's just
When it comes to Taco Bell, 2 chalupas, soft taco, a 5-layer beefy burrito,
Woo.
or a bean burrito, and as long as I got a large Pepsi, I'm good.
Yeah, I got Taco Bell yesterday.
And
Nacho
Oh,
gotta
Bell.
get extra sour cream. Gotta get extra sour cream.
Yeah.
KG, you eat crabs?
Of course I do.
All right, let's end the show and then we got a conversation.
Okay. But
What's up? Crabs next week.
see,
Y'all can come meet Jack Wagner if y'all want to come have crabs with me next weekend. Jack coming to town.
Where's that at?
We're probably gonna grub over here, but I can find something over in Annapolis, I guess.
Nah, just wherever you find it, let us know, and then I'll figure it out because the kid's birthday is next week, so I gotta figure out what I'm doing with the kid and everything.
Yeah, me and Wagner gonna get some crabs on he coming to town the 6th, and we're gonna eat crabs on the 7th, and his brother gets married on the 8th.
Okay. Let's just throw a pin in it. And
7th will be the day we're trying to do it. I don't know if we're just going to get some and eat them somewhere, or we're going to go to a restaurant. Because right now the prices are good from the Waterman.
mhm.
I can get a bushel for about $1.50.
shoot, you can bushel for like 60 at well, you probably high class, so
Talking quality crabs. I ain't eating no
No.
guppies.
See, now if you was on this end, I tell you go down Pennsylvania Avenue right by Pondswood Road. They got number one males for $60 for I think it's a dozen for 60, but they big.
Mhm.
And I think
That's what I'm getting.
a bushel maybe about $90 because their prices are always really, really good.
To get a dozen for 60, and you're telling me you getting a bushel for 90.
Because that's they want you to buy that bushel.
So Captain, here we go. Shameless plug. Captain White's today. You can get medium males for 60 in the bushel, females for 75, large females for 155, large males for 99, extra large females for 205, and extra large males for 199. Captain White's on St. Barnabas Road. I'm about to go because I think I don't eat crabs a lot, so I don't need like a bushel or anything like that. I'll take a dozen. I'm good.
Oh, I hear you. That's all I need.
JoJo said that everyone has gotten rid of the grilled chicken sandwich. I wonder why. Because it ain't real chicken.
Chick-fil-A.
Yeah. Matty Ice said my favorite order when I worked at Taco Bell in college: taco salad plus sour cream, extra cheese, and meat, and a Diet Pepsi. Man,
we talking about college. Burger King used to have the triple Whopper, the extra large fries, and like the 64-ounce soda. That was a meal. And we would get that every weekend in college.
It was funny how that extra large went away, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's before the Supersize Me movement came along.
I think Michelle Obama had something to do with that too, I think.
No, that was that movie that had something to do with it.
Yeah, the movie crushed it because the guy's health declined so bad.
Yeah.
But
you don't need no super extra large fries, man.
Nah, dog, I'm gonna tell you right now.
I don't even get large
order
fries.
Ever is you get a bacon cheeseburger from Roy Rogers with the Holster fries. Dog, because then you can because Roy Rogers had the fixing bar, so you fix up the rest of the burger to make it to whatever you need, and then oh man, dog, that was heaven. Every now and then I used to go up to Fredericksburg, and I used to love because it was like old English Muffin Way was up there. So I turn on Old English Muffin Way, then I make a left, and I go to this. I think it was Zamora's was the body shop up there, and in the background I could see the Flying Dog brewery. Because I was at work, I couldn't go to the Flying Dog brewery. But when I left, I always hit the Roy's because the Roy's was right by the comic book store. So I go to the Roy's, get me a bacon cheeseburger, get me a host of fries. I was loving life, dog.
Well,
And
I'll
let's
say
get the
this.
comments.
JoJo says Chick-fil-A is trash. Closed on Sundays. I'm gonna have to email. And Matty Ice said Roy Rogers fixing ball was the shit. Now ain't no was, still is.
It
I don't even know where Roy Rogers is anymore.
You got a couple of down Waldorf, La
Maybe
Plata,
one in College Park.
It's one in Waldorf. It's one on Route 1. If it's still there, it was one on Route 1 in Virginia, going towards Mount Vernon. And then the only other one I saw or remember was the one out in Fredericksburg.
I think there's one in College Park.
Frederick.
It's one in Cumberland. Shoot, we got one down Solomon's Island. They sprinkle around.
Oh yeah, they do got that one in Solomon's. That's right.
It's one. It's not College Park. It's off of 29.
Colesville, Columbia,
like Colesville / Columbia, somewhere in that area.
Cheney.
Yeah, it's one there because my coach was like, "Yeah, I will go there," but when I looked at the distance, I was like, "Nah, it ain't worth it."
I used to like Roy Rogers chicken.
Oh my God. Let's not even get into that. Sam said Hardee's with the 89-cent butter bun cheeseburger with life. Oh my God. I love Hardee's. I love it.
Let's go because we about to get in the wormhole. Let's stop
Hardee's
the
cut
wormhole
back their
here.
onion rings. They don't got onion rings no more at Hardee's.
Let's stop the wormhole here and then continue it in the after show.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we come to the end. For the boss BJ who had to run up, that's the Gentleman Jack. That's the Midnight Rider. I'm the big guy KG. We don't do no overtime, y'all. See y'all on Tuesday. We are out of here.
Yes, sir.